Yeah, so we will be starting with module 5. If you see the weightage in the syllabus, module 5, it is 12 hours, but it's not 12 hours. And most, even if it is 12 hours, most of the things are already covered either in the lab session or in the previous lectures of module 1 and module 2. Okay, so we will be finishing it early in around 3 to 4 hours that we have. Okay, so the name of this chapter is Network Management Tools and Applications. So let us see what we have in the content. So we have 6 submodules. So 5.1 is System Utilities for Network Management. 5.2 is Network Statistics and Measurement. Then we have NMS Design, NMS Component, NMS Server Architecture. Okay, then Network Management System and FCAP. So till here, 5.4 we have already studied in either lab. Okay, network, what is, from the name you might feel no, we did not study all these things in lab, but we have actually studied, because we have studied all those basic commands and all, so they come in this category only. Okay, so that we will be seeing in tomorrow's lecture. Today I'm not going to start with 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4. 5.4 also you can see it is the network management system. From the beginning only we are talking about NMS and FCAPS. Okay, so FCAPS, the same FCAPS doesn't change. Okay, so we have been studying about what is fault management, configuration management, auditing management, provisioning management, security management. So this all we have been studying. Only thing that we will concentrate in this particular module is about security management. I had said that we will be studying security management in detail. We had just studied 4-5 sentences. What is security management? I have the encryption. I have to physically secure the network. So apart from that, an important concept is security management and fault management. Okay, so how fault management is done, what are the steps of fault management, and then continuing with fault management, important topic comes is automatic fault management, because we want our system to detect the fault and automatically solve the fault. And then to solve that particular fault, we have the technique called as event correlation technique. So our main concentration will be over here, fault management and event correlation technique. There are 6 techniques of event correlation. So you can expect any one to come in the exam, or as a short note on event correlation technique. So out of 6, you can prepare any 3 properly with diagrams. And then you can, if the short note is asked, you can name all 6 of them and you can explain 2, the one which you want to prefer, or 3 of them. Then the security management. So this as such, it comes as a short note. Okay, and this all I will be covering in tomorrow's lecture or day after, provided I complete with event correlation, because this already we have completed either in the lab that I have said or in the earlier lecture. So I just need to show ki dekho ye cheez hai, so then you will correlate. Yes, we have covered that. Okay, so till last year or the last syllabus, what this 5.1 to 5.3, it was not there. We started with FCAPS and fault management, but they have added this. It is there in the book of money also, because we are covering it in lab. We used to not cover it in theory. Okay, so this time I will cover it. So I need to prepare those bit PPTs to show that, okay, what is system utilities, what is under network statistic and design components and NMS server. So I am starting with the network management system. Now, in the previous lecture, we had studied about telecom network management. Okay, so some block diagrams I had shown you, various conceptual models, okay, configuration, functional models. Okay, so those I have shown you. So you might be able to correlate if you remember the last lecture's block diagram. So here also the similar kind of block diagram will be there with a little bit change. So I'm starting with topic 5.4, that is the network and system management. Okay, so under network and system management, just have a look at this particular diagram. We had business management, service management, 5 layers were there. There was system management, then element management, network management, and the workstations were there, operation systems were there. So same thing we have over here. We have the business service management. Now under service management, we can have network management or system management at the third level. So either you go from bottom to top or you go from top to bottom. So here we have the element management system and the resource management system. And then at the NIS, that is the network information system, we have the network elements or the system resource. Now, what is this network and system management telling you is, if I consider business management, these points we have already discussed. Okay, so again, in this chapter also it is there. So business management, when I say ki business hai, means that institution or that organization is handling a business. So that business can be, it is either it is giving me a particular service or it is delivering a product. Okay, so that is what is written over here. So whenever I'm thinking whether I'm delivering a service or whether I'm delivering a product, I have to consider the services accordingly. So in either cases, there are service consideration. For example, if I have a product oriented business, and it has to be concerned with customer service as well as internal service. Internal service might include कि कहाँ से मैं वो equipment or devices procure कर रहा हूँ, at what price, how do I ship it, okay, what are the other aspects, okay, if there are, I'm shipping it from outside, whether there are some constraints. So there are internal services within the organization, and how do I deliver it to the customer, that also is another. So that all comes under the business management. So these are the 5 layers of management with network elements. So element is at the lower level and the management is at the top level. Then we have service management. So service management is related, or you can say it is correlating with the service provider. So it can include a telecommunication service provider or some other service provider. Okay, so here, since we are studying telecom management, so here it is saying that the telecom service provider is an absolute necessity. Okay, so same thing जब हम TNM के architecture में पढ़ रहे थे, वहाँ पे भी service management था. So there we were expecting only telecom. Here, when I'm studying a general network management system, telecom services तो है, plus other kind of services also will be there. Then the third layer, we have the network management and the system management. So the network management, we have been studying this whole, in the entire syllabus, we are studying this network management. So the network management is, it manages the entire global network by correlating data that we obtain from the element management. Okay, element management matlab wo jo agent wala part hai, it is collecting the information from the objects. Objects are nothing but the elements, network elements in the network. Okay, so whatever the data that we are getting from the element management, so the network management system will work upon that data and then it will manage its own work. Then we have the system management. So system management will aggregate and coordinate the system resources by acquisition of data from the resource management. Okay, so yeah, something different we have over here. Apart from element, we are talking about the resource. So resource also management is also there. Okay, so the system management will coordinate with the resource management. Kya data hai? Okay, what is the status? Do I need to increase it? Do I have resources? Do I need to procure it? Okay, so that is all coming under the resource management. Then we have what it is said that the complementary function of network and the system management, it manages the network information system composed of network elements and system resources. Okay, so this is one statement made about the network management functions and system management function. Okay, so they actually work with whatever data we get from the network information system. Then we have element management system at the second layer or second level from the bottom, and the network management at the third level and service management at the fourth level are based not just on technical issues, but also on policy issue. Okay, so this is the term which we are introducing to the students for the first time. is policy issues. See, whenever I'm talking about a business or a management, there are some policies, some rules. Okay, we also are the employees of DBIT. You are the students of DBIT. So there is a policy, there is a rule in which everybody should behave and all. So whenever I'm talking of any business, so that policy is coming. Okay, so here when I'm talking about the network management, so and the service management. Okay, जैसे हम लोग SLA का फॉर्म भरते हैं, when we suppose you go to buy a SIM card. Okay, so there, apart from giving your data, you fill up your data. There are many things written and then you sign it. What is that? That is the policy which the company has set. So you agree to that policy, and also the company has laid down certain rules, and they are supposed to provide us that many services. Okay, so there is a rule and policy that is set up in any business. Okay, so we will be studying in the end part of this chapter what is policy management. It was not stated here in when 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. Earlier, we used to have one separate module of, not module, sub-module of policy management. So that we cannot neglect. It is a, might be they felt while setting the syllabus that we have to teach it. So policy kya hai, rule kya hai? Policy is not a rule, rule is not a policy. So we will study what is rule and what is policy management. So once policies are established, some of them could be implemented in the system. No business will work without a policy. There has to be certain rules, because see, these are either the people who are handling this various levels, people will be there, okay, and networks will be there. So whenever I am talking about any service that I'm providing to somebody else, there has to be some rule, some policy, there has to be some agreement, a common agreement to which the service provider as well as the customer should abide. Remember when we started with goal of network management, so the goal of network management was to provide quality service, and for that we have the SLA, that is the service level agreement. So that is what is being told over here. So now, as I said, 5.4 categories of application.
Ma'am, your mic is muted.
Okay. So when I talk about configuration management, so it is not only the configuration of the network or setting up of topology. Okay, it is involving the operation of the network, the planning, the engineering section, okay, the provisioning and the inventory management. So all these points we have seen earlier also. So they are a part of configuration management. And since we have already studied this, I have just compiled it in one slide, so you know to elaborate each one of them. My interest this time is on fault management. So what exactly do I mean by fault management? I will not waste time in asking you. So you know fault management means something has happened and we need to provide a solution. We need to restore the service of the customer. So technically, when you are asked what is fault management, so it involves detection of fault as it occurs in the network and subsequently locating the source of the problem, if probably isolate the root cause of the problem. So this is how I can say what is fault management. Fault is something, and we are interested in fault management. We are not just involved in repairing that fault. हमें पूरा fault management करना है. So for that, there are various steps. So that steps we will be studying in detail. So fault management as such, one short note, or then some questions, objective part can be asked. So what are the steps of fault management? An important question also from the viewpoint of a oral exam. Okay, so what are the steps of fault management? So basically there are 5 steps of fault management. So for us, what is actually a fault when we are talking? So fault in a network, it is normally associated with failures of the network component and then subsequent loss of connectivity. That is what as a user we see it. Okay, koi to component fail ho gaya hoga and then I am not getting the desired services. Okay, so I'm not getting the connection. So what are the first 5 steps? Okay, so the 5 steps are fault detection, and I should know that there is a fault. Fault location, kahan pe fault hua hai, or fault isolation. Then restoration of the service, identification of the root cause of the problem, and then problem resolution. Okay, so देखो fault हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है कि fault हुआ and तुरंत fault repair हो गया, नहीं ऐसा नहीं है. कहाँ पे repair हुआ या पूरा problem solve हुआ, you can see in the 5th step. Okay, so the moment fault has occurred, I get an alarm, I get a notification, a trap message I get. Okay, whichever way I get the notification कि fault detect हुआ, I should first find out कि मेरा fault कहाँ पे हुआ. See, my network is so wide. Okay, so once I know, I have to zero it down to a certain sector, a certain section कि यहाँ पे fault हुआ है. So fault isolation, and then immediately once fault isolation मतलब और भी क्या बोल सकते हो कि जैसे fault हुआ, there has to be a backup connection. Okay, so immediately on its own the network, okay, will switch on to another connection. So we call it by the self-healing ring. Okay, so what is self-healing ring? This is one of the objective question also in the question bank. So read it as I am saying, you please read it. It was given by, because see, I have the question bank from all the colleges. Okay, teachers have given. So ये कहीं पे भी नहीं था, एक word था, but then that question was framed. Okay, but I think in the questionnaire मेरे Moodle पे मैंने डाला है 2 marks question, 5 marks question, 10 marks. So I think what do you mean by self-healing ring? So please read little bit about self-healing ring. Okay, somewhere in the notes it might be there, but it might not strike you. Okay, but है वो इस type of question. So what is the intention? It is something related to here, self-healing ring. Just say we use fiber optics. Okay, so we suppose we are using a ring topology. So normally one connection is going on through a particular ring. Okay, particular connection or particular link. जैसे ही fault हुआ क्या हो जाता है, automatically the signal processing system will detect it and it will switching system will relay it or connect it to the next ring. So that is called as self-healing ring. Automatically वो connection वो user को पता भी नहीं चला होगा, because within a fraction of second, whenever I feel that कि ये link is broken or some problem, connectivity issue, automatically a backup connection is there. So that is something called as self-healing ring. So customer doesn't know कि fault हुआ है, but remember we are at the management side. So at the management side, I will get a notification कि ये problem हुआ है. अगर self-healing ring नहीं है, so then whatever way I need to do, I have to restore the service. So the customer will not wait कि हाँ सब प्रॉब्लम ये सॉल्व हुआ, ये टावर लगा, ये वायर लगाया, ये स्विच लगाया. नो. Okay, so this is our priority being a network administrator. So I have, once I know कहाँ पे fault हुआ है, कहाँ detect हुआ, कहाँ पे हुआ, I have to restore the service. Sometimes it is automatic, customer is not aware, but sometimes it is not automatic. Okay, all our systems are not yet completely automatic. So I restore the service. Once the service is restored, ठीक है, मेरा काम नहीं हो गया, then I will find out root cause of the problem. See, this word is important. It's not that क्या problem है, link में problem है, interface card में problem है, tower में problem है, problem in the router, problem in the switch. Not only that, root cause of the problem. बार बार हो रहा है क्या, 10 दिन पहले मैंने ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व किया था, वापस 10 दिन में ये प्रॉब्लम हुआ, वापस से ये हो रहा है, रात के 10 बजे के करीब ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, सुबह के 12 बजे के करीब ये प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है. Okay, why that problem is occurring? So I need to find out the root cause of the problem. I will do a root cause analysis. Okay, and then I will resolve the problem. See, देखो एक तरीके से fault management या fault जब अगर हुआ, user detects the connectivity loss, they lodge a complaint. So we have seen a trouble ticket is generated. So once the user restores or the service is restored, at the user level, that trouble ticket, that token is released. Okay, but suppose the user has not lodged a complaint, but my system has detected a fault. So internally in the management, my NMS side, a token will be raised. Okay. So user ka to service ho gaya, user is not at all aware. So internally in the management side also, a token will be raised, and it's not that the token will be released once the customer ka service restore ho gaya. The token will be released once the problem is resolved. So that problem is resolved, मतलब वो link जुड़ गया या card बदल गया नहीं. Once I do the root cause analysis, once I solve the entire problem, whatever the problem, I restore that connection back. Okay, and then I tabulate that result in a library. कल को वापस से वो problem हुआ, so and the persons are new, how will they know? वापस से क्या वो लोग शुरू से start करेंगे? नहीं. So there will be whatever the problem has occurred previously and whatever the solution they have found out, that will be stored in somewhere. Some information will be there. So when I, as a manager, now I am handling that particular fault, what I will do is I will see that library. Acha, because see, we have seen what is the job of a network. How will I work without an NMS? Okay, take expert advice. That was one of the solution, because एक था open source, all the tools I will use MPRG system, and then I will take consultant advice. Okay, so the consultant कैसे advice देंगे? So they will say क्या? They will see the trend कि ये चीज ये network के साथ हो रहा था, ये कर रहे थे. Okay, so where the consultant, हवा में से तो वो लोग काम नहीं करेंगे. So we have to give them the past data. So in the fault management, we need to store that data. Okay, so report management हम लोग अलग से पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं. Okay, it is there. One part of the management is report management, but उसको इतना importance नहीं दिया गया है. So in that report, we can store all these details so that later on, if somebody is trying to debug that problem, they can refer to the previous case histories. Okay, so this all, the last step which I'm telling, to store the data, is something which is leading to the next topic, is event correlation technique. And that is what is the important aspect of this particular chapter, is fault management, or fault management say event correlation technique. How do I solve that particular fault? Because the fault सिर्फ एक लाइन रिपेयर करना, एक स्विच चेंज कर देना, एक राउटर रिप्लेस करना, okay, that is not only the aspect of solving a particular fault. So fault management, अगर सिर्फ ये क्वेश्चन आया तो तुम तो बहुत आसानी से बहुत कुछ लिख सकते हो. Okay, so let us whatever I said, I don't know how much you listened, so I'm reading out whatever is there on my side. So the fault should be detected as quickly as possible by the centralized management system, preferably before or about the same time when the user notices it. Fault location involves identifying where the problem is located. We distinguish this from problem isolation, although in practice it could be same. So the reason for doing this is that it is important to restore the services to the user as quickly as possible using alternate means. The restoration of the service takes a higher priority over diagnosing the problem and fixing it. Just see this sentence. Whatever is happening at my network, restoration of the service is at the higher priority. You cannot keep the customer waiting unless we solve a particular problem at our end. Okay, so you need to prioritize things when you are at the management end. So identification of the root cause of the problem could be a complex process. After identifying the source of the problem, a trouble ticket can be generated to resolve this problem. This is internally in the NMS. In an automatic networks operation center, the trouble ticket could be generated automatically by the NMS. So how to detect the fault? So we have seen all this message by application program sending the ping message periodically. Then I can do a polling scheme. Then generation of traps or notification, or you can call it as an alarm. So these are the ways in which you can detect a particular fault. So I'll just take 5 minutes more. Fault detection is accomplished using either a polling scheme or the generation of a trap message, that is management agent based on the information from the network elements sending unsolicited message to the NMS. An application programming the NMS, it generates the ping command periodically and then it waits for a response. Connectivity is declared broken when a preset number of consecutive responses are not received. So this is how you can detect the fault. The frequency of pinging and the preset number of failure detection may be optimized for balance between traffic overhead and the rapidity with which the failure is detected. The alternative detection scheme is to use traps. Traps means the agents will send the message to the manager. It will not wait for the manager to detect कि हाँ रे बाबा मुझे कुछ response नहीं मिल रहा है. So traps are something which helps us in detection of fault. So one of the advantage of trap is that failure detection is accomplished faster with less traffic overhead. So this is what is the advantage of giving the agent at least one right in the management process कि मेरा ये जो process है fault detection का, failure detection का, वो fast हो जाता है because the agent is the first thing who is connected to the network components. So the moment it sees something unusual, it will send the message to the manager. Okay, so next step, how do I locate the fault and all that I will cover it in the next class. So